Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pony Files. I am VT. Come on, you have to know this by now. And we are here to talk about, once again, My Little Pony. And this episode, the main six are delivering a tree to the new established town of Appleloosa. And wow, was this episode a bit awkward to sit through for numerous reasons. This episode was basically about a kid-friendly version of colonization. A very, very touchy subject even to this day, and for good reason. Here you have the ponies, who represents the colonists. Britain, Americans, however you want to call it. And we are introduced with not just new characters, but a new species in the buffalo, who represents the Native Americans. You can even see the feathers. Okay, a little thing about me, like why this is awkward, like not because obviously I'm African American, but here's the thing: is like my great grandfather was Native American. I met him when I was a little kid, shortly before he died. I couldn't tell you what he was talking about or what his voice sounded like or anything, but I'll never forget his face nor his eyes. His eyes held a unspoken wisdom of the land. He truly loved the land. I respect him even to this day. I only met him once, but I'll never forget him. That's why this episode was a bit awkward for me to sit through. Now, did they do a good job in presenting the situation, especially for a kid-friendly program? We'll get to that. But for right now, let's talk about what is going on. The new characters, pretty much the ones that really truly stand out, are three. One is the chief of the buffalo. The next one is his daughter, Little Strongheart. And another one is a new pony introduced, Applejack's cousin by the name of braeburn. These three characters, they told, I like them. I really do like them, especially the chief and braeburn. Little Strongheart, I do like her, but once the chief got on screen, your eye just flocked right to him. He really kind of grabbed you, and you understood his plight and what he was going through. And while both sides did have compelling arguments, I mean, the colonist wants to build a new home, but the results of their labor is cause an inconvenience to the buffalo, which is their land. They had it first. They've been riding that land for so long. I like braeburn's enthusiasm, especially when he's introducing the town. I love his energy. I love how he really gets into things. A Little Strongheart who's with her people, but she's trying to find some kind of compromise. I mean, there has to be a better way than just flat out war. Where this episode does lead. I love Pinkie Pie in this episode. Holy crap! If you've seen the episode, you know exactly why. I mean, through her efforts, even though she was trying to pacify the situation, she ends up sparking the whole thing. I love it. The overall episode was, for a kid program, it did what it had to do, I suppose. I'm not really one to judge on whether this is a true, accurate representation of the whole situation, this controversial subject, if you will, about colonization and what happens and all that stuff. Like I said, I only have a little bit, but there are more intelligent people that should tackle this subject, so I'll leave it up to them. But for what I saw, and for what is presented in this show, I like it. There was one issue, though. But I'll talk about that in my rating, which will be right now. I give this episode a 5 out of 5. As I said before, an episode has to truly engage me for me to give it a 5 out of 5 rating, and this episode did, because there was so much going on, so much history, so much so much subject matter, so much to discuss, that I couldn't look away even for a second. I was just curious to see how it all came about. The only problem I had was the way it all ended. I mean, the solution. Come on. Come on, apple pies, really? But like I said, kid-friendly program. We cannot forget that. And really, horns versus pies. Whatever. The character of the episode,